top secret project involves me. I always say something like this and then end up the secret in the next sentence. I'm testing myself. Here are the hints. I've mentioned and name dropped this very famous person many times. In a neutral context, he's really come through this time with a top secret project that has captured my fancy. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. Here are some more hints. What's this? A postcard of captivating Cappadocia in Turkey. Turkey is known for the otherworldly lunar landscapes. While the postcard does show the colors and textures, from being there live in person, I can testify that the space and natural landscapes are much more fantastical than you can imagine. I'm going to watch the movie The Martian starring Matt Damon because many people claim that the Martian's landscapes are also lunar. Just as a side joke, although the first postcard is what my project will likely include, this is just another one I'm sneaking in here because people may wonder why Cappadocia's rocks are nicknamed penis rocks. Here's why. This is like the best kind of porn, eh? So that's a project that is just in its starting conception phase. I'll update on some other art projects that are further along. I finally organized some of my tiny sand bottles. This is one bottle that I actually labeled properly on the shampoo sticker before because it was paper and easy to write on. I've since peeled that paper off and Sharpied the actual details onto the bottle. Montenegro in Eastern Europe, one might be surprised to discover that natural beauty exists in abundance. In fact, Kotor has one of my favorite beach coastlines. Why is it my favorite? I've been asking myself that. Maybe it's just because this is the one and only bottle that was easy to identify because I labeled it properly. The tiny sand bottles are an ongoing project. as I undertake the archaeological task of reviewing video and other such clues as to where the bottles are from, I'll hopefully label the dozen to 2 dozen plus that I have outstanding. Another project that I've been working on is my currency collection. Currency collection has been difficult to film and presents an interesting filmmaker improvement opportunity. I've tried over several times to film the intricate details of the coins and have failed miserably. I've also watched other people filming their coins, and I'm going to try some of their techniques just so I know what works on camera. Let's start with a black background. Maybe that'll work. Does this work better at all? Part of the problem is that when I show on camera, I cover my visual access. So sometimes I'm just going to have to assume that I'll review tape later. In previous weeks, I showed my entire collection from the 101 UN countries that I've explored so far. This week, I've narrowed down coins from 7 continents because as much as each coin I have sentimental value for, displaying that entire set is difficult, and I'm still thinking about how to do it. So if I narrow the set down, I have many more artistic and display opportunities in the near future. The larger set I can think about longer term. Okay, from my brief visual ID, this seems to have worked better than anything else I've tried, the black background. So I'm actually going to explain each coin in order and try to close up on the coin itself as much as I can. Okay. Okay, I'll segregate each coin on this bottom corner here and then explain it because it's easier for me to show. Is that working? So this bottom left corner is the one I'm going to explain about. Is that showing up at all? I hope so. Again, this is going to be a camera test for me to just discover what techniques work for me and my setup. That coin that I just showed is from North America, Jamaica in particular. I chose the coin because it's one that has ridges. Now, I'm just showing the ridges, which is why you know what's funny is that I think the background is important. So this coin with ridges is one of only a few that I have in my collection. Of all coins, including the larger set. The next coin, again on the bottom left here, is from Asia, Hong Kong. As a kid, I always marveled at the design of these Hong Kong coins because they very intricately designed edges. Hong Kong was the first international travel destination that I visited as a young baby. So I forget my very first trip, but I made many subsequent trips to that city, state. As with the Jamaica coin, I chose that Hong Kong coin because it's one of the few that has that intricate edging design. Continuing on the oddly shaped coins is this next one here. Again, on the corner. From South America, Suriname. This is a square coin. And I'm really hoping that these coin intricate details come out, because again, I'm just operating with my corner visual, and from the corner I can see details. I'm hoping that actually shows up on the stream. Again, I chose that coin for its obvious shape uniqueness. This next one is the closest thing to Antarctica currency that there is. This coin is from the Falkland Islands, which, depending on who you're asking, is a part of Antarctica. Although we have to distinguish between settled part and basically wild, which I've been to both. This coin is actually defaced for art purposes. You'll notice that there are cutouts of the penguins, and that's by artistic design, as in a Falkland artist actually took a coin and cut out around the penguins as an artistic piece, which is why there's a necklace hoop that you can wear as a pendant. Okay. Another reason why I chose these particular coins is because I wanted the diameter to roughly fit into the tiny pre-existing holes of this upcycled chocolate box. Again, I am upcycling because I'd rather utilize everything that I have around me rather than throwing or recycling, because even recycling is very much a hit and miss proposition. Sometimes you think you're recycling, but news has revealed that many first world countries have completely fucked up the concept of recycling because they ship a ton of recyclables to third world countries, and apparently there have been either miscommunications or other mistakes, and tons of garbage just sits in these third world countries because they're actually maybe against the rules of recycling or whatever has happened. So this is a big controversy that the news reported on before the pandemic overtook all news cycles. This is an interesting coin from one of the Pacific Islands. You can guess which one. This is part of the continent of Oceania. This coin, next, is one that I tried to show last time, but never came out on camera properly. This is a bond coin from Zimbabwe, which replaces the old collapsed currency. Zimbabwe in Africa is one of those funny joke stories in international currency. But if you really think about it, the concept is sad. If you've ever read scholarly discussion about why some countries fail, one reason is lack of property law. The last coin is this coin with a hole in it. From Denmark, in Europe, 1 krone. So now that I've tried filming with black as my background, I'm going to try filming with white as my background and testing what actually works. I mentioned before that in my mad explorers dash to 101 countries, I've sometimes missed a couple, and here's one that I missed. The ones that I procured online are only 3 countries, 2 which are absolutely impossible to obtain through foreign currency exchange houses because they are very, very, very exotic. You'd only be able to procure them if you've traveled to the country or if you eBay them. Haiti in North America, Lesotho in Africa. Those are 2. The last one I procured, all 3 of these on eBay, was one that had emotional significance to me. Last week I showed it. It's a coin from Egypt, and that's it. I've finished my set. This is what's called a coin pouch that professional collectors use. Now obviously I'm far from a professional collector, but the person that I procured this coin from mailed the coin this way, so this is what I have. Now, do any of these show up at all? From my visual ID, they seem to, but it could be that I have to film with specific lighting at specific angles, and obviously I'm trying to accomplish many things with these vlogs. I dance, I create physical art, and I'm now show and telling, so we'll just have to test it out, and I'll observe whether any of my techniques worked at all. I hope some do. But suffice to say that me organizing and curating my travel artifacts has been a fun experience that I'm happy I undertook, because having this complete set is something that reminds me of how accomplished I am. I know that sounds like you're always boasting and bragging, but I'm a boastful and bragging person then. It is what it is. So, will I practice my dancing today? Yeah, I will practice. Starting now. Play some music from the YouTube free library again, but this is just a practice session. Can I do? I'm literally just playing whatever music. those 90-degree tuts are difficult. They're hard on the hands and the wrists and every other part of your body.